with the latest on the weather around our county today. So it gives me pleasure to welcome Tom Sinclair, the editor of the Pembrokeshire Herald, as celebrations underway at Hamilton Terrace in Milford Haven as they gear up for their 10th birthday celebrations. But also with this, some hugely, I think it's revolutionary news, this. I guess the writing has been on the wall for many, many years for papers, but they're finally making that huge step for digital only. So we're having a good chat about that. Firstly, Tom, welcome to the show. Always good to catch up. Thanks for joining us here today.
Hi, Toby. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. I heard you had quite a bigger breakfast than me this morning, though.
Yes, I was at the Milford Haven Mosque at 8:15 this morning to celebrate the Eid festival with the Islamic community, and they very kindly gave me and some of my other staff members a fantastic breakfast of curry and rice salad, onion bhajis, everything. So we were all quite full this morning here at Herald Towers.
Yeah, that's a good effort for first thing in the morning. I don't know. I mean, maybe I can stretch to some rice, maybe a little bit of chicken, but I don't think curry rice and the bhajis as well. Crikey, good effort. Well, at least it'll set you up for the day. Well, congratulations on 10 years of serving Pembrokeshire and being, a faceted part of the media organisation here in the county. I mean, obviously you've been printing papers for that 10 years, but that's all going to come to an end.
It's the traditional way of bringing news to the public with the old print press and delivering newspapers in vans in the supermarkets and charging people £1 or £1.50. Those days are numbered, really. I mean, it's not going to be happening forever. And at the Herald, we like to do things first. We like to take a first bold step. And we decided that we think the public would be better served if we produced our newspaper and put it online as a free download or as a free page turner. We'll still make the paper exactly the same as we do now. And in fact, we could make it even bigger because we're not restrained by the print size or how many pages it is. We can make a bigger, better paper and put it out there on the internet. And we believe that we'll have 10, maybe even more times people reading the paper because, of course, it's easy for them to get to it, easy for them to download it. They haven't got to pay for it. And in turn, that'll mean our advertisers are being seen by more customers. And also, we'll save money because printing newspapers has got really, really expensive lately. Everyone knows the price of building materials and wood has doubled in price. But what a lot of people don't know is that newspaper pulp made from wood has also doubled in price. Energy costs have increased. So printing newspapers has got expensive. And that's why we've had to put our prices up from £1 to £1.50. We didn't want to do that, but we had no choice. But now with this new idea, we can let everyone have the paper completely free of charge, and everyone can be free to download it. And with our savings, we can then employ more journalists, get more news stories, be at more events, and cover Pembrokeshire even more than we have done.
I mean, who would have thought 10 years ago that you'd be saying, right, I need to stop printing the newspaper to save money, but we can still function and operate as a business? I bet you never sort of imagined that one.
No, I mean, I didn't imagine that at all. Things have changed very quickly in the last few years. And of course, the COVID pandemic has really increased the speed at which people have become online savvy and using the internet. Even the older generation, my mum, bless her, she's in her 70s. She's on Facebook. She gets the news from the Herald through Herald Facebook and through the Herald website. She doesn't need to go into St. David's to buy the paper now. And that's just one example. So we know that from the sheer numbers of people that are reading the Herald website in Pembrokeshire, it's nearly 250,000 page hits a week. That's far, far in excess of the 4,000, 5,000 papers that we'll sell each week. So obviously, looking at the numbers, sort of 95% plus people are already getting their news from the Herald through our online provisions, not through the printed paper. So it's only a logical step that we should push that to be everybody, and then we can provide, we think, a better service.
I mean, that's probably going to be the knee-jerk reaction to this. What about the elderly? What about, the 70, 80 plus that, still love to go down to the shop and physically buy their paper? They haven't got maybe a tablet or a smartphone to be able to digest this information. What would you say to the people that comment that?
But I'd say that maybe 5-6 years ago, then I would have been worried about that, and I would have said, yes, there are that older generation that don't have access to anything apart from a printed paper in the shop. But now the older generation, they've got iPads, they've got Facebook, they're on the internet. I've got a neighbour down the road, he's 93 years old, and he is reading Herald online. There's no reason now why the older generation can't be online. And don't forget, the internet's been around for sort of a quarter of a century now. People who were sort of 60 then and were starting to use it are now 85, 90 years old. So it's the generational things happened. Everybody's online, young and old. And I don't think there's that many people left, if any, who don't have any access to anything at all. Everybody's got a phone now, for example, and all phones have the internet on them. All phones are smartphones. There's very, very few people left with a Nokia brick that can't get off on the internet. Same with Pure West. Everyone can get onto Pure West. There's very few people that can, and that's the same for us at the Herald.
Yeah, I mean it's a an ever-changing landscape, as you rightly pointed out, Tom. And I think it's moving with the times, isn't it? And it's obviously been talked about and discussed for a very long time. And you picked your 10th birthday for that moment to push the button and go for it.
Yeah, it's crazy that we've been here 10 years, and every Thursday night we've been here making a paper without fail. We've done 500, 15, 16 editions. Every single one's gone out on the streets. We've never missed a beat. But it's going to be a big change for the consumer getting the paper off online rather than from the shop. But actually, us here inside the Herald, we're still making that same paper in the same way we already did. So it's not that much of a change for us physically in the office, except for the fact that we can actually have more pages and put more of the content we want to put out there out. Because, of course, we were limited before by the 80 pages or so we could print in the paper. But, of course, being online, for example, this first edition, e-edition, on Friday will be 128 pages, which is the largest Herald we've ever done. And obviously, we wouldn't be able to do that if it was a traditional print paper. We're only able to do that because it's online.
Well, let's hope that these savings will lead to much greater coverage, as you said, and hopefully everyone will see the benefit of that in due course. Also, Herald Wales, I know, is another sort of arm that you've been exploring quite a bit recently, and it's been very successful.
Yes, we launched a website 2 years ago called herald.wales. That's a national news website for the whole of Wales, with individual county mini sites within it. We've been adding stories to it now for 24 months. There's over 25,000 stories on there, and we're uploading 100 or more every single day. And there's 400,000 hits to that website now every week. We never thought it would get to that. We've been greatly helped by the BBC. We're a member of the BBC News Hub and the BBC Local Democracy News Service. So we're able to use their journalists to help us to add content as well. And their journalists plus the Herald's journalists means we've got a formidable team of 17, 18 journalists writing for Herald Wales, which means the content is growing at a rapid rate, and the number of people visiting the site, getting the news from Herald Wales, is increasing all the time.
Fantastic. Very exciting times ahead. Well, happy birthday to you and the team, Tom. 10 years of supplying your wonderful journalistic endeavours to the people of the county. Long may it continue, and good luck going into the new digital-only world. I guess the only thing I can say from where we are is it's a good place to be.
Thanks, Toby. It's nice speaking to you.
Always great to catch up, Tom. Tom Sinclair there, the editor of the Pembrokeshire Herald, as they go digital only as they enter their 10th birthday celebrations this weekend. Make sure you do pick up your final copy this weekend, and look out for that bumper edition as well. It's POS Radio, latest news up next at 11.